Hi guys, thanks for joining me. So in the past I was working on 75 soft and I just found that for some reason at this point in my life, I just couldn't manage to orchestrate everything, including getting all the water in, getting and getting the exercise in every day, trying to get things in the reading and stuff. I just wasn't able to manage it. So I tried for a while and realized all that was happening was that I was getting pretty discouraged. So I did wind up talking to my doctor, had some labs drawn, and come to find out, with speaking with her, I qualified for a bridge program that made it Wegovy an affordable choice. So thought about that and decided to go ahead and do that. So I thought I would just go ahead and share with everybody the journey of starting Wegovy, seeing how well it works for me. There may be some things that you can take away from this. I hope that you can talk to your healthcare provider and get some good input about how that might be a benefit to you if you decide to do it. And just come along and follow along, and we'll see what we see. So in the past, as far as the changes that I'm going to need to make from, past habits till now, honestly, I tend to be really good about eating whole foods, and I do a lot of my own cooking. And I pretty much rely on a lot of chicken, tofu, chickpeas, that sort of thing, and supplement with like fake seafood and canned tuna. About once a month, I do go out to eat, and when I do go out to eat once a month, I have what I want. And as far as sweets and stuff, I do not go overboard on sweets. I will have like a serving of ice cream in the evening sometimes, or a small amount, but that's usually not, 9 times out of 10, that's not what's going to get me in trouble. So my problem is that all day, every day, I have food noise, partly because it's just been such a big part of my life. I raised 4 kids and was home, and trying to manage a small budget and cook them 3 meals a day from scratch meant that I did a lot of thinking about food. And now that I'm here, even though I no longer have small children, my children are all adults and grown and have families of their own. Um, I still, it's just a habit. I still tend to spend a lot of time thinking about food. And it's really weird. I remember probably 40 years ago thinking that the reason that I was obese was because of some type of something that could fall under the umbrella of like an obsessive type of thinking, and that no diet was going to, no like typical diet was going to permanently solve the problem, and that solution didn't come till now, but better late than never, right? So here we are. We're going to get started. As far as my lifestyle, any changes I need to make is I may have to actually incorporate lifting weights. I do substitute teach water aerobics for the instructors here at the college next door to me. I live 2 minutes from the college. And so they will call and say, is there any way you can fill in for me? And I'll go do that. And so that's an occasional thing, but typically I'm at water aerobics about 3 times a week at the college. And then in the summertime, I'm also at the pool with my grandkids any day the weather's nice. I didn't go today because they're out of town. They're up north. But anyway, that's my typical behavior. And when I say water aerobics, I mean I actually work hard. I don't just float in the deep end and socialize. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because for some people, that's really what lifts them up and helps them to have a good day. So not throwing any shade on folks that do that at all. I'm saying that I just utilize that activity as a way for me to get my heart rate up and to strengthen my muscles and do some, in a funny way, the resistance training against the water. So I may just need to amp it up and do some weights, which I can because I'm an employee for Parks and Recs and I can use the gym. So that change may have to come. Once again, I'm going to struggle with getting enough water in. I kind of think I know that already. If you are someone who's able to find tricks and devious little ways to get yourself to drink water, leave it in the comments below, because that has always just been a problem my whole life, of remembering to drink enough water. And trust me, I was grown up on ice water. We did not have Kool-Aid and soda. So I like ice water. I just don't drink it. So if you have a tip for me, please share it in the comment. And as far as having my first shot, I kind of hemmed and hawed because I thought it would be good to wait until Monday. I thought if I give myself a shot Monday morning, any weird side effects that I might feel from it, I probably won't get until Monday afternoon, evening, or even Tuesday. And I thought that would be good because I actually still work 1 weekend a month in long-term care. So I didn't want to give myself a shot on the weekend because I thought that would make me have to go to work and be miserable while I was at work. But there's a couple of YouTubers who had their suggestions for newbies, and they both said the same thing, and they both had a point, was you don't know what your side effects are going to be. You may have none. I mean, there's no way to know until you start. So if you have the drug, just go ahead and give yourself your injection and get started today, and then see how it goes. And I can always talk to my doctor about it. So Saturday night, I went ahead and gave myself the shot. And so Sunday morning, so it was about 4 o'clock Saturday, gave myself a shot. And Sunday morning, I noticed that I was incredibly tired and sleepy. Now, typically, I wake up around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning quite often. And that's what happened Sunday. I woke up around between 3:30 and 4 and just got myself a cup of coffee and settled back in bed and just tried to relax, and then fell into a really deep, deep sleep. And I don't really sleep deep anymore. That's a menopause and postmenopausal thing. So I did get myself right into a real deep sleep, and then had a lot of trouble waking up, and didn't make it to Sunday worship on time. So I had to go on and attend on Zoom. And because I just still felt so groggy, I even canceled my lunch plans for the day because I just didn't feel like I was alert enough to drive. So now it's, almost dinner time and I'm awake. So that was an interesting side effect, and just being super tired. That's not me. I normally don't sleep deep at all anymore. Aside from that, I guess because it's the first day, I still need to wait and see how things go. So I just thought I would just hop on here and just invite anyone who's interested to come along. And I will update occasionally. I will not be updating every week. I will probably be updating monthly, unless something changes and something actually interesting happens. So in the meantime, thanks you guys so much for stopping in. And if you like, please go ahead and leave me a comment about your Wegovy journey so far. And we'll just stumble through this thing and learn together.